We all know that Battlefield hasn't had the best reputation recently. Battlefield 2042 was a god-awful game at launch. Laggy servers, buggy graphics, all the things that make a game unplayable. However, what if I told you that Battlefield used to dominate back in the day?
This is the game that we've always wanted to make. And it will be the best Battlefield experience ever.
I remember when people would get so hype about, this might be the year that Battlefield beats COD. It was so cool to be into video games during that time and seeing these two shooters go head to head with each other. But today, I'm not going to talk about the multiplayer or try and dive deep into the themes of the narratives for either game. I just want to look back on the campaign of Battlefield 3, share some thoughts and opinions, and hopefully convince some of you to jump back in or try it for the first time. So, should you dust off that old copy of Battlefield 3? Is it going to be a glorious return to the past? Or just a case of nostalgic delusion? Battlefield 3 opens with you performing a Mission Impossible stunt and swing kicking a dude through the back window of a train. You pick up a very generous gift, a gun! In typical FPS fashion, you slow-mo shoot two very surprised goons. Why the f*** is my sensitivity so high? Anyway, you make your way through the train cars, find a shotgun, instantly get jumped and lose your shotgun, so you punish the shotgun thief by kicking him out of a moving train. Then we do some epic parkour, the train car explodes so you decide to climb back onto the roof, you kill some more dudes, get ambushed again. Oh my god, this guy sucks at checking corners. The guy who jumps you gets all up in your face, then asks if you're alone, and we fade to black. "8 hours earlier? Oh okay, so that's what we're doing." We officially kick things off with a classic interrogation scene. Sergeant Henry Blackburn is being grilled by a couple of suits. Holy shit, wait, is that Glenn Morshower? Hopefully we don't have another General Shepard on our hands. Basically, we've been put in this B-list crack house because Homeland Security told General Shepard that we know some information regarding a terrorist attack that's about to happen. Cut to 9 months earlier, we're now in Iraq, shoved into what seems to be a human-sized soup can with 3 other dudes who look like they'd rather be anywhere else. It quickly becomes clear that the locals are not fans of uninvited guests. Oh f***! You quickly retaliate by mowing down possibly innocent gun aficionados who are just on their way home to show their family their new AK they just acquired. And if you're anything like me, you get quickly overconfident and even more quickly find out that bullets really f***ing hurt. Dude, this is normal mode, how f***ing weak am I? Now that we've gotten through our first gunfight, we move hastily up to the roof of an undisclosed building and almost suffer the same fate as our friend earlier who was gifted a new breathing hole. We snake our way across the roof and very, very calmly grab an RPG and blow up the sniper. We then play a slightly more R-rated version of Whack-A-Mole as a big group of enemies materialize into existence. After making the orphan rate rise, we make our way back down to street level and find the squad we've been looking for, only to find out that one of our only pieces of cover is rigged with explosives. We follow the wire through a die-hard vent and find a Discord mod's basement. For some reason, they leave the door to the bomb open, so we just yank the wires out, and that seems to work. The Discord mod himself shows up, and he's angry that we ruined his plans to get noticed by Pokimane. So naturally, we beat the shit out of him to save his dignity. Eventually we get some backup and continue to turn people into Swiss cheese. After this, we appear to have angered the king of the underworld as the ground starts to burst open. However, we only fall out of a truck, so I think we're going to be fine. Then a building falls on top of us. We cut back to the dirty love shack and claim we only got knocked out during the earthquake because buildings aren't that heavy. General Shepard asks us how long we were knocked out for, like we're supposed to be able to keep track of time when unconscious. And Blackburn hears a train and says, "Is that a train?"
Try to focus on the question.
This will make sense later. Apparently we saw something after waking up from the earthquake nap, and we cut to black again. Oh, it's that dude from the train. And he's gone. Now we have to become the sneakiest military worm anyone has ever seen. After most definitely getting sepsis and cold-bloodedly murdering Remy from Ratatouille.
sont comme le bon vin.
We enter another obscure building and stab a dude to take his gun. I mean, we probably could have just asked him, but you know, it's done now. We shoot some dudes, then some more dudes. Stop shooting me for a second, I'm trying to hit the barrel. And come across one of our buddies who almost riddles us with an LMG.
Holy shit!
He apologizes.
Come on, let's get the fuck out of here.
And we move on. Once again, we shoot some more dudes until there's no dudes left to dude. All of a sudden, the truck we were using to spread freedom gets blown up, and hey, that's our ride. Naturally, we skedaddle over to it, almost kiss our bro, and get the fuck out of there. This mission is arguably one of, if not the coolest mission in the game. Playing as Lieutenant Colby Hawkins, the mission starts inside one of those big-ass warships. I hate the ocean! Anyway, we listen to this guy yap for about 5 minutes as we're walking through the warship, until eventually we reach the top. Oh my god, it's beautiful! I don't think I really need to explain why this mission is so goddamn cool, but just watch this very short scene and listen to the amazing sound design.
Okay, let's rock and roll.
Hold the lid, will you? Shark 4-6, you're second in line. Shark 4-6, roger.
Unfortunately, we don't get to pilot the jet, but we do get control of the guns. Honestly though, I don't think this mission would be as cool if we controlled all of it. It feels like a much higher quality version of those old on-rails arcade games. You just get to sit back, relax, and shoot some awesome weapons. After one good dogfight later, we pass over an airfield looking for a guy called Al-Bashid, who is the secondary antagonist of the game and the chairman of the PLR. After blowing up pretty much everything and leaving nothing but a crater in the wake of what once was an airfield, we say, job well done, and move on. Operation Guillotine starts by finding out that Al-Bashir was never in the airfield that we just spent 10 minutes blowing up. There's another little back and forth between us and the other two. We're briskly sent into the next mission, it's fine. This one starts with us being given a mortar and a huge group of us charge down a hill. I love this mission so much because I always enjoy feeling like part of an army. After setting the mortar down, we let off a few flares to make the night less dark and hop over a wall, straight into battle. Apparently we're looking for a nuke. So this dude flies out the door like Ghost Rider and we make our way in. First off, we kick down a door. Good start. Oh, there's another door. We get jump scared by a dude who's on the other side, so naturally we pump a shell into his chest. After that, we just walk out of the building like nothing happened and we go for a lovely drive. Our team keeps mentioning how sketchy it is and how we're going to get jacked or killed, but I really think they're overreacting. After that insanely disrespectful shot, we obviously have to go and get revenge. Okay, so after attempt number 2, you kill all the enemies, hopefully, but then you get shot by a tank. Hurry the f*** up, please. There we go. Oh! Blackburn once again proves that he's completely unwilling to die, and we just keep going. There's some more tanks. Oh no. But we've finally been given permission to use a rocket launcher, which we abuse, and we destroy them all. After that, the clear thing to do next is some parkour. I'm just gonna... And we're here. The vault. Supposedly, where the nuclear bomb is supposed to be. Once again, I'm just gonna let this cutscene play out.
Radioactive? Is that a good idea? We don't got a choice. Holy shit. You know what that is? Russian. Portable nukes. There's only one there. Wait, there's room for 2 more. Where the hell are the other 2?
Hey, you need to see this! There!
Shit, that's Al-Bashir. Who's the other guy?
I don't know. They're coming down. We need to secure the nuke and get the hell out of here.
What about the intel?
No, there's no time. Let's get the nuke and move. Now, this whole building's gonna come down. This is Misfit 1-3.
Misfit, this is actual send.
Misfit, we have secured what appears to be a WMD. Break? There may be more than one.
Misfit 1-3, you're breaking up. Are you reporting WMD? Say again, you're breaking up.
Oh, that can't be good.
So yeah, turns out one of the bombs has been taken and we have no idea where it is. Yeah, and I accidentally skipped the cutscene that describes what the next mission will be about. But after researching a little bit, essentially we're told about a Russian contact who is in Paris at the same time a nuclear explosion goes off. And we're here, the land of cheese and baguettes. We're now playing as a lad called Dima. As previously stated, we're looking for a missing nuke. And if it goes off, Russia is going to be blamed for the explosion. In typical FPS fashion, we cause a little chaos. We send a whole load of people to see God and come out on top without a scratch. Eventually we find the bomb, but the brave soul carrying it on his back starts running from us. So we must give chase. All whilst in a firefight with the enemy and the police force. We chase him through the streets of Paris until one of our comrades gets impaled by quite a large piece of metal and dies. Womp womp. We continue our pursuit until we arrive at a train station and get jumped again, so we rightly throw him in front of a train. It's at this point we get a chance to actually seize the bomb. Where the f*** is it? Found it. I literally dropped my phone on my keyboard when I was waiting for this mission to load, and I managed to skip the cutscene again. But that's fine, because this mission starts with a dope-ass dinosaur! One of our allies tells us, Miller, that we're going to be fine and we're going to make it home for our kid's birthday. Yeah, Miller is 100% going to die. But for now, let's not focus on the inevitability of death and enjoy this epic tank montage. So after all that, we get out of our invincible destroying machine to grab a detonator, and we use it to, well, you know, detonate a bomb. Now we get another on-rails section, this time getting to use the turret on top of the tank, and that's a wrap for this mission. Short and sweet. Once again, we're thrust back into the crack den with Mr. and Mr. Potato Head, this time talking about the nuke in the vault and our extraction being 3 minutes away. Then, all of a sudden, we're playing as Miller again, still in the tank, chugging through some very dusty streets. After a while of driving, we get to play a much more mature version of Bloons tower defense. Popping a bunch of people's skulls apparently is not taken very lightly, because one of the enemies manages to scramble up to the tank and knocks Miller unconscious. We then wake up in what I can only assume is one of Diddy's secret rooms. Oh, and Solomon is here as well. Hello! He's committing the worst crime of all. He stole Miller's dinosaur toy. And then he just throws it on the ground? He's a goddamn monster. As the villain usually does, Solomon yaps about some bullshit. Oh, and Al-Bashid is here too. As I'm sure you can assume by the setting of the scene, Miller is about to have a pretty shit time. The suits decide to show Blackburn this execution video like one of your old mates from school saying, "Watch this," before showing you the most horrible thing you've ever seen. Essentially, they think that Blackburn and Dima, the Russian from before in Paris, are in on this plan that Solomon has. They're trying to connect the dots to figure out what that plan exactly is, and Blackburn has been in the vault and in the room where Miller was executed, which leads them to believe that he either is involved or he knows more than he's letting on. During this accusation session, General Shepard receives a phone call that one of Solomon's aliases has hit the grid in New York. But that's in the present, and we still have loads of the past to play through. This mission starts with Blackburn and Campo cosplaying as Batman and Robin overlooking Gotham City. Our first order of business is to use our Bat Sniper to take out some lights so the Bat family won't be seen. This mission is basically just a stealth mission. We go from rooftop to rooftop, protecting our guys, shutting off lights, all that sort of stuff. Eventually we find ourselves in the same room that Miller got executed in, and it's so sad to see his dinosaur toy all alone on the floor. So then of course a bunch of dudes come rushing in and we have to kill them all. This building is going to be so haunted. After that, we make our way through an abandoned mall once we've regrouped with our squad. Once again, we're posted up on the roof, But we're not allowed to take the shot on al-Bashir if we see him, because we need him alive for the intel that he has regarding the nukes. As you can imagine, there's another shooting gallery, yada yada yada. Bashir escapes in a car, we chase him down and the car crashes. We got him. That was a big crash, bro. You okay in there? Holy shit. He's almost dead because of the crash. Sucks to be him, but he's not dead yet, so we kidnap him and avoid getting shot. We eventually get him into the chopper, but his light is fading fast, so we jab him with one of Octane's stims. But that's no luck. The motherfucker dies on the chopper, and now we have to sit with his stinky corpse all the way back. But before he died, he did tell us this.
Suleiman, it must have been him. He said, get the bombs. He used them for leverage. And he stole them. He used me, as he uses everyone. He dog betrayed me with his plans, trains. And for that, I will get him for this. Listen! The 14th of this month, when the sun is set, Suleiman will strike. Burn in hell. All of you.
Come on, hang in there, come on!
Well, he wasn't useless after all. This mission takes place in Aras Valley in Iran. It's such a beautiful place, and we're ambushed almost instantly from what appears to be the Viet Cong.
They're in the trees!
Obviously, we kill them all because Blackburn is literally the fucking Terminator. Once we've all hauled our asses over the hill, we're greeted with an absolutely horrible sight. It's raining Russians. Holy fucking shit!
Holy fucking shit!
That's what I said! I actually really love this mission. It feels like an army versus army situation. Especially since there's tanks and all that sort of stuff on either side, and you just sort of feel sandwiched into this little field. After making our way through what seems like the entire Russian population, we're bombarded by a... God, they're so damn cool. I'm not even mad that they're trying to kill us. But obviously I can't let that slide, so I blow it the f*** up. However, in our epic bravery, both Makovic and the best Robin a Batman has ever had, Campo, were both gunned down by the Russian aircraft.
This is a war, and things happen in a war. Now, we still have a job to do. We have to get to Kafarov, and we have to get to him first, whether the nukes are there or not.
There's no way. It's just us. It's you.
It's on you, Marines. Are you coming with me?
It's only now where all the pieces of the puzzle start sort of fitting together. The dickheads back at the crack house try to get under Blackburn's skin and attempt to rile him up by saying that he must have blamed Captain Cole for the deaths of his allies. He also admits to losing 4 of his friends in a rocket attack while the person who was supposed to be on lookout was sleeping. He mentions how him and his team wanted to and thought about killing whoever it was that f***ed up. By now, we can start putting all the pieces together. And we're back playing as Dima. Before you know it, we've jumped out of a plane. Luckily enough, we've equipped a parachute, so this mission is going to last more than however long it takes to hit the floor. As soon as we touch ground, we blast some guys, steal their car, go undercover, sneak into a garage, and pop a cap in a poor guard who was just doing his job. After almost getting absolutely destroyed by an RPG, we make our way through a mansion down into the basement. Everything starts catching fire, which admittedly seems a little cozy, and we eventually make it back to the outdoors where Dima proves he's a goddamn Terminator as well by jumping onto a helicopter as it's flying away and having a fight with Kafarov whilst the helicopter is going down. I mean, just look at this shit. What an absolute Chad.
So you drive there, you and whoever's left, you, Cole, Montez. Now, if I'm in your shoes, I'd be thinking about my friends. I'd be wondering what I could have done differently. I might even be wishing it had happened to me and not them. So you get to Kafarov's villa. ahead of the main forces of Russians, ahead of everybody.
Not everybody.
Demon was there, wasn't he? And you made a decision. You made a fucking momentous decision about your life and your allegiance. About how much you're willing to do for your country.
You don't know anything about the decisions I had to make.
Tell us what it was then. Convince me.
This piece of shit right there stole 3 nuclear devices from Russia and sold it to a man called Solomon. Solomon's using the PLR. He has at least 2 targets, New York and Paris. He's using public transit to move the weapons. He's going to detonate the New York device at Times Square very soon. This cannot happen. We can avert war between our nations. Just 2 of us. No politicians. No money changing hands. Just 2 soldiers speaking the truth. Help me. Help me to do this. That's it. I have to leave now. You don't shoot him. Millions will die.
Get down on the ground!
Remember, do whatever you have to do to stop Solomon's plan.
Holy shit. Yeah, so the whole reason Blackburn is being questioned is because he committed an actual war crime. He shot not only an American ally, but his own captain, and sided with a Russian soldier who is also believed to be the one who set off the nuke in Paris. So yeah, it's not looking good for him.
Bring him in.
Bring who in? Oh shit, Montez, my man. What's up, bro? After a lovely reunion with Montez, General Shepard drops this bombshell.
Solomon is one of ours. He is an overseas asset, and he has been for years. We put him next to al-Bashir for information.
You are shitting me. He's a murderer. You saw the video.
Well, you get the good with the bad when it comes to assets, and sometimes sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Shepard then receives a call about a missing train. I'm sure you can now all see how these pieces are starting to fall into place.
Solomon's using the PLR.
He is an overseas asset, and he has been for years.
He used me, and he uses everyone. He said, get the bombs.
80,000 dead.
We can avert war between our nations.
Well, the blast yield matches Russian suitcase nuke specs.
We've secured what appears to be a WMD.
Wait, there's room for 2 more.
How many portable nuclear devices did you see in the bank vault?
Where the hell are the other 2?
The 14th of this month.
We got maps of Paris, New York.
He's using public transit to move the weapons.
Suleiman will strike.
Oh god, you're gonna love this. I've been waiting for this the whole game. God damn! That guy's not getting up anytime soon. Holy shit. And we're free. Let's go. This is easily one of the best mission objectives I've ever seen. And considering it is our objective, we better... And we finally caught back up with the start of the game. But I won't re-summarize all that shit, so let's just... Perfect. Okay, so we've been waiting to watch this scene for like 6 hours. How the hell does Blackburn get out of this situation? Oh, he kind of just punches Solomon and gets up. Okay, dude. And then we just fucking blow ourselves up. I mean, clearly that was the only option. Did you really think something as small as a train crash and an explosion would stop Sergeant Henry Terminator Blackburn? Of course not. We have one final face-off against a group of faceless goons, in a sewer this time. One ladder climb later, and we're back on the streets in New York, baby. Montez has stolen a police car. I don't want to know how he's managed that. And now we can chase down Solomon, which leads to this beautiful crash. The finale might be the best thing that you've ever seen. Are you ready for this? It's a huge QuickTime event! Yes! Let's fucking go! Anyway, it is satisfying, so roll the cutscene. God damn, that was brutal. Beating someone to death with a brick in the middle of New York, in public, might not paint Blackburn in the best light. However, it's already nighttime, so I think it'll be fine. Oh, and the nuke is also here. Like, actually here this time. And we just kind of look at it. Fade to black. Amazing ending. Oh wait, there's more. Okay, let's watch this.
Radiation is like life. A uniquely damaging event. Perhaps I will live another 30 years. Perhaps I will die tomorrow. I am telling my story here. The story of how Solomon used power-hungry men like al-Bashir and Kafarov to set fire to the world. And the American Marine, who, like me, chose the hardest path of all. But I have no regrets. I have always served Russia, trying to make a difference. Sometimes I was forced to make difficult choices. Many lives have been saved. Many have been lost. I am certain Moscow does not view it in the same light as I do. But enough is enough. As Vladimir would say, you can only die once. Make sure it is worth it.
That might have been the most badass and the most tragic thing I've ever heard. And then the game ends. Bam, we're done. I'm not going to sit here and do some big old timeline of events or anything. The game's been out for 13 years. There's plenty of those videos already, I'm sure. Battlefield 3 is an absolute classic, man. I mean, ask anyone who plays games if they've heard of it or if they've ever played it, and I guarantee 98 out of 100 people will say yes. And honestly, it still holds up really well. It still looks pretty great, the sound design is absolutely incredible, and the gunplay, as always, is very solid. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some sort of video essay YouTuber that understands complex writing, ludonarrative dissonance, or any other big words that my small brain can't understand. You can disagree with me if you want, that's what opinions are for. But I really enjoyed Battlefield 3's story. As much as I do think that most stories should just start where they start, I'm always a huge fan of seeing a whole bunch of jigsaw pieces fall into place after you've been given a little small nugget of future information. My goopy goblin gamer brain sees these things happen, sees all these things falling into place, and just loves going, oh. However, Battlefield 3 is a very general military story. Boiled down, it's just another story about another soldier who doesn't agree with something and rebels. But that's not to say it's bad, it is just very general. I finished the game in about 3.5 hours, which I think is pretty perfect. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it doesn't feel too short either. The devs wanted to just tell a story and they did it, which I respect. Not every game has to be some 15 to 30 hour experience. I'm looking at you, The Last of Us 2. I enjoyed playing you, but fuck, you dragged on for a while. In summary, I'd say that Battlefield 3 is still a really good game, especially if you just want something quick and fun. There's no real need for multiple playthroughs, but it's one of those games you can definitely just keep going back to. And not to mention, the multiplayer is also incredible. I didn't record any multiplayer gameplay, but it's still as fun as it used to be. I'd say it's still definitely one of the best multiplayer experiences to this day. Well, there we go. Battlefield 3. It's very good. It's very solid. You know, if you want to play something that's just Call of Duty, but a little bit different, it's perfect. They're all kind of perfect. Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Hardline is also pretty good. I think most of them, they're just solid games. They're just very solid experiences. Well, this was the first time I've ever done a video like this. I've never written a script before for any video. I've never done a video in this format before. It's all been a very, very good learning experience. Writing a script was pretty fun. It was awful at the same time because I kind of suck at writing and trying to articulate myself, but hopefully it was clear enough as you were watching through this, and I hope I made sense. Anyway, if you like these sort of videos, I'm definitely open to doing more. I hope this one performs well. It's always nerve-wracking stepping out of your comfort zone. I've definitely just sort of snuggled myself into a nice, comfy position currently with the way that I'm doing my regular videos, just my playthroughs and such. I'm definitely starting to feel more comfortable and natural when it comes to talking to myself, which still does feel a little weird, but you know, here we are. Anyway, if you do want more videos like this, let me know. Leave a like. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this one. I'm very, very happy with how this turned out, and I'm even more excited to see how people respond to it. I guess that's it for this video. I don't know what's going to come next. Maybe I'll do an actual playthrough of Battlefield 3. I recorded my entire experience playing Battlefield. I just decided right at the end, oh, maybe I want to make this into a different sort of video. I think I've already sort of planned on doing this same sort of video with Battlefield 4, maybe Battlefield Hardline. Battlefield Hardline's a tricky one. It was alright, it wasn't incredible, but it was also pretty good. Maybe I'll do that. If not, well, I hope to see you all either in the Battlefield 4 video and hopefully sometime soon Dead Space as well. I've recorded the first couple episodes of that because I really want to start playing some more horror games on the channel. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next one. Toodaloo, buckaroos.